Hey Aya, so today we'll talk about the Roman gods and goddesses. The gods and goddesses of Greek culture significantly influenced the development of Roman deities and mythology. Due to Rome's geographic position, its citizens experienced frequent contact with the Greek peoples, who had expanded their territories into the Italian peninsula and Sicily. As the Roman Republic was rising to prominence, it acquired these Greek territories, bringing them under the administration of the Roman state. Romans adopted many aspects of Greek culture, adapting them slightly to suit their own needs. For example, many of the gods and goddesses of Greek and Roman culture share similar characteristics. However, these deities were renamed and effectively rebranded for a Roman context, possessing names that are different from their Greek counterparts. It started with Terra, a Greek equivalent, who had a son named Silas, Uranus Greek equivalent, whom she married and had children with. Themis, Moneta, Mnemosyne Greek equivalent, Hyperion, Thea, Crius, Japetus, Tethys, Oceanus, Phoebe, Polis, Opis, Rhea Greek equivalent, and Saturn, Cronus Greek equivalent. Moneta and Hyperion got married. Their children are Sol, Aurora, and Luna. Tethys and Oceanus had Plion, who married Atlas, son of Japetus, brother of Prometheus and Dora. Epimetheus. Plion and Atlas had Maia. Maia had an affair with Jupiter. That's how Mercury came in existence. Mercury, god of commerce, often serving as a mediator between the gods and mortals, his winged feet giving him the advantage of speed, and so was the patron of circulation in general, of people, goods, and messages. Mercury protected both merchants, especially those dealing in grains, and travelers. The Greek version was Hermes. Mercury and Penelope had Faunus. Polis and Phoebe had Latona, Leto Greek equivalent, who again had an affair with Jupiter, and that's how Apollo and Diana were born. Diana, Roman goddess of the hunt, who had her Greek equivalent in Artemis. Apollo was the Greek and Roman god of music, oracles, archery, medicine, and the sun. Jupiter was a sky god who Romans believed oversaw all aspects of life. He is thought to have originated from the Greek god Zeus. Jupiter also concentrated on protecting the Roman state. Military commanders would pay homage to Jupiter at his temple after winning in battle. Juno was Jupiter's wife and sister. She resembled the Greek goddess Hera in that she kept a particularly watchful eye over women and all aspects of their lives. Minerva was the goddess of wisdom and craft. She watched over school children and craftspeople such as carpenters and stonemasons. Minerva is thought to be the equivalent of the goddess Athena, who was the Greek goddess of wisdom. Minerva busted out of Jupiter's head. Venus, who drew on Aphrodite, goddess of love, Venus daughter of Silas, whom was married to Vulcan but had an affair with his brother Mars and gave birth to Mars' children Paver, Cupid, and Formido. Neptune, a sea god who was inspired by the Greek god Poseidon. Pluto, who ruled the Roman underworld as the god Hades did in Greek culture. Vesta, goddess of the hearth, like Hestia for the ancient Greeks. Ceres was the Roman goddess of fertility and agriculture, the patron of farmers, and Dora, protector of commoners. The Greek equivalent was Demeter. Rome did have some of its own gods and goddesses who did not trace their origins back to Greek culture. For example, Janus was a god with two faces that represented the spirit of passages such as doorways and gates. Believed to preside over beginnings, it is fitting that the month of January is named after Janus. Janus' son was Tiberinus, the god of the river Tiber, which runs through the city of Rome. Now we arrive at the point where the Jupiter and his siblings were born. Saturn and Opis had Juno, Jupiter, Ceres, Pluto, Vesta, and Neptune. Juno and Jupiter had Mars, god of war, who was fashioned after the Greek god Ares. And Vulcan, Hephaestus' Greek equivalent. Jupiter and Semele had Bacchus, Dionysus' Greek equivalent. Jupiter and Ceres had Proserpina, Persephone Greek equivalent, who married Pluto. Mars also had an affair with Rhea Silva. That's how Romulus and Remus were born. Knowing mythology, the family tree was probably bigger than this. Researching the Titans and their powers didn't deliver much since I only got results about the Greek Titans. So that's it for today's video. I hope you learned more. See ya.